Hi everybody, this is Eliana Lobo. I'm in beautiful Angeja, Portugal, near Aveiro. And I have a few questions I'd like to answer for you.
Why did you join CCHI?
That's probably the easiest one to answer. The invitation was extended and I heartily accepted. I've been looking for a long time to find a way to assist with the professionalization of interpreting, particularly in healthcare, which is close to my heart. And so I jumped on the opportunity when given the chance.
What do you bring to the group?
My lifetime of experience as an interpreter. Let's face it, I've done everything the way that it shouldn't be done and learned through experience and training the correct way to do it. I started out as the grandchild of immigrant grandparents and parents who interpreted for her grandmother who had serious medical issues and was cured here in the US. I was her interpreter at the age of 9. This is not something that I hold up as a standard at all, but this was my life experience, and because of it, it engendered in me a real interest in human physiology and communication, language access. If we go way back to the Stone Age when I was in college, there weren't really any solid interpreting translation programs or training here in the US. You had to go outside the US. So with my major of Portuguese and Brazilian studies and my master's in bilingual education, that was enough for the local hospital to hire me as a Spanish and Portuguese interpreter, even though Spanish for me is a heritage language acquired through my multiple Spanish-speaking stepmoms, and would never be sufficient criteria for me today to hire somebody to work as an interpreter. But it was enough back in 1980, and I learned in the trenches, so to speak. And over the years, my association with National Council and International Medical Interpreters Association both gave me the opportunity through their conferences to network and learn through the workshops and become aware of training programs as they began to be created and implemented here in the US. And this led to my continuing my work as a healthcare interpreter and eventually becoming certified as a trainer of interpreters, a trainer of trainers of medical interpreters in 2010. So there's a long stretch between 1980, when I graduated as an undergraduate, to finally getting my Bridging the Gap training and my Trainer of Trainers training in the 2000s, just to show you kind of how lagging behind the US has been in terms of having formalized training and accreditation for interpreters, whether they be conference interpreters or healthcare interpreters. My hat is off to the states that have set up certification programs for court interpreters, but healthcare has just been around for 10 years, and I'm really proud and honored to be part of this effort to move all of us towards certification and sharing the importance of continuing education for medical interpreters.
How did CCHI make you a better professional?
Well, you think you know a lot working in the field, and then you work with subject matter experts, whether it be the psychometricians that design our tests, linguists, other professionals who work in designing programs and training, and you come to realize just how many facets there are to this diamond of becoming a professional healthcare interpreter. And I have only benefited from my association with my fellow commissioners and the shared knowledge base, and being able to touch base with all of them to put our heads together to figure out how to advance the profession and how to work around challenges that seem to spring up every day in terms of widening language access as opposed to narrowing language access.